One cop and his trusted dog are out in the streets of Grand City, looking for the ones responsible for his father's death. However, justice isn't what Jack is looking for. He's looking for revenge. But something's missing from this. This isn't quite Dead to Rights enough. Let's John Woo the fuck out of it! So, Dead to Rights is a third-person action game, but get this. You can dive and shoot people in slow motion as a cop who just lost a loved one and is out for revenge. Max Payne is a third-person action game where you can dive and shoot people in slow motion as a detective who lost loved ones and is out for revenge. They're practically different genres. If you still don't believe me, how about I do a useless review on Dead to Rights? How about that, huh? You play as Jack Slate, a cop in Grand City that'll have his world flip upside down. He responds to a call about some gunshots at a construction site and takes out all the piece of shitheads. Jack then files his paperwork and heads home to find out that he forgot to turn off the bathroom light, added to his hydro bill. Actually, Jack's day wasn't that crazy. He just finds his dad's corpse at the construction site and swears to find the people responsible. You know, the usual. The part I'm about to talk about is 40 minutes into the game, which the game itself is about 7 hours long in total. So click here if you find that to be spoiler territory, or if you just want to make this video shorter. So, after an awkward stripping QTE and a...
Whoa! Officer Slade, what brings you out on a night like tonight?
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You corner your man, but he's speechless. Maybe the guilt was too much for him to handle, so he's gonna tell you exactly why he killed your father, or he's taped up. But before you could say, boy, this sure does seem like a setup, maybe leaving this room was a great idea, you get shot and framed for the murder of this guy. What? You don't remember his memorable performance?
Take him down!
Anyways, before this genius that set you up decides to tell you...
Oh, and because you might find it of interest, Augie Blatz did not kill your father.
Why would you tell me that? That's just dumb. Whatever. Then you end up in prison where you're going to be executed eventually. The story plays out like a typical action movie, which works to keep it as action-packed as it could be. I guess I forgot to talk about Jack Slade, but that in itself kind of describes him a bit. The guy's a walking cliche. The cop that lives by his own rules because justice and sometimes thinks in metaphors, cliche to be exact.
The leaves were changing from go green to caution yellow. Pretty soon they'd be danger red, then dead brown. Justice may not be smart, but it should be honest. I was about to do something real stupid.
Kinda still falls into the typical action movie category, but the guy's got a dog named Shadow, so that automatically gives Jack a lot more personality. With Dead to Rights mostly being action, that action better be fun. No, not that action, I mean gameplay. You dick? Gameplay-wise, you'll be shooting and punching your way through it with some minigames sprinkled in there. But most of that action is going to be shooting, and you do that by locking on and shooting. I guess that last sentence was a little redundant, but you get the idea. You can use gas canisters and fire extinguishers as grenades by throwing them and shooting them midair. You'll generally be exposed while you're throwing them and waiting for them to get near your enemies, but they can be useful. The game never drowns you in ammo, so you'll be constantly switching through your weapons, but when you do eventually run out of ammo mid-gunfight, you can disarm your foes in a couple of ways. You can either get up close and personal and ask politely if you could borrow their gun for just a moment. But you can't use them as a human shield afterwards. Did I mention you can use people as human shields? Or you could send Shadow after someone and kill him and bring their gun back to Jack. That's adorable. No need for all that ammunition if you can't look like a badass shooting it all off, which is where the diving fits in. You could dive and shoot people mid-air whether you're in slow motion or not, but I don't feel like they give you the time in slow motion to shoot enough people, considering how much health they all have, let alone without slow motion. The gunplay is overall entertaining, if a bit repetitive, but manages to still be John Woo as fuck! There's also hand-to-hand combat that happens sometimes. You got a light attack and a heavy attack button, which you can use to string combos together. You can even grab people where you can either throw them or assault them more. fighting isn't anything deep, but because it doesn't happen all the time, it's a welcome addition to break up the gunfights. Now, I could use this time to tell you about the few minigames in this game, but instead I'll just use this time to complain about this particular minigame. It represents women as an object of desire, only needed for their bodies and nothing more. Alright, I'm just fucking with you, but the scene's cringy. Like, even when I played it like 10 years ago. Just, no. Stop it.
Atta girl, keep it up.
Well, not much else to talk about, really. The cutscenes fit the game, but they don't stand out. The rest of the minigames are there. You got a turret section or two. You can free aim, but you can't move, so I use it. And you got some boss fights. Yeah, that works for me. So, hopefully that cleared up any confusion that you probably never had between Dead to Rights and Max Payne. Insert clever line to end the review here. Because I sure as hell can.